They all are lying. All the gurus, all the teachers and preachers, they all are lying. I know this opinion will attract the wrath of the gatekeepers, but if even they listen closely, they will feel the truth reflecting under the tone of I. So have an open heart and for some minutes become Shiva, unattached, unbothered, unaffected, just pure witness. Hi everyone, my Narayanas, my Kalas, my Bhairavas. I am I. It has been a long time since I spoke with you all. To be honest, I was a bit broken for a while. I meddled too deeply with the affairs of the Vikrit Maya, the distorted illusions, and it took its toll. But through the grace of the Devas and Devis, I finally returned, and I recognize who I am now. I am no one. When you listen to me today, don't look at me. Listen as if you're hearing the deepest whispers of your own mind. I'm not here for fame or for your money. I'm here for justice. A justice so ancient it vibrates the soul with the rage of the absolute divine. And you must be thinking, who is this guy disrespecting all of our gurus? Well, it's not about disrespect, it's about truth. And truth brings real justice. Listen with an open mind or leave. But I promise, if you stay, you will come out of this video a bit new. Your current gurus have made spirituality corporate. Why is humanity so stupid? Why can't you ask critical questions? They all teach spiritual oneness, but they all teach different methods and preach different ways without ever even trying to unite under the truth. All of you have a spirit, yet you feel unworthy of spirituality because your so called gurus are creating a false ecosystem, again based in Kalyugi Maya. Let me explain further before you lose your shit. Listen to I, and let's get one thing straight. Our early saints were not pujaris or aghoris. They were scientists who worked on absolute self mastery. If you look at the autobiography of a yogi, you see a record of sages who mastered the very elements of existence. Masters like Bagh Baba, who was known to defeat tigers with his bare hands. Sugandh Baba, who could emit any smell from his own body. These weren't miracles, they were the results of a lab experiment performed on the human vessel, the human consciousness. Our ancient gurus were the masters of self, while the current crop of gurus are merely masters of selfishness. They only preach how these sadhanas will give you some cheap material benefit. All their explanations, it's so vague, it's memorized. All the answers lack any real conceptual depth. They are the products of a failed school system that created nothing but memory monsters. And having a good memory only makes your pain last longer. The secret to moksha isn't in collecting more data or storing it. It is in forgetting your timid self born from the illusionary ego and finally remembering the God self again. Guys, I am concerned. The world is burning. 2 years ago, back when I was more human, I predicted this in my older videos. I spoke of the Bhoot Shuddhi of Prithvi, the elemental purification of earth. I told you extinction would happen in 5 levels. We are now in level 3, the Agni Pralaya. The fire is here. The heat is increasing. Not just in the weather, but in your blood, your nervous systems are being fried. People are transforming into demons before your eyes. Why? Because they are starving for the truth. They are doing mindless mantra japa, thinking they are reaching God, but they are actually just feeding their consciousness into the demonic maws of the abyss. Look at the word. Do you see the divine manifesting or the demonic? Open your eyes. Your gurus are clueless. They preach spirituality as if it's just a ritual or a chore. It is not. True spirituality is science in its most potent form. It's the mastery of the 12 dimensions of consciousness. You're not just a body. Your body is a multi-dimensional intellectual consciousness. Beyond the flesh, you are your emotions, your senses, your rhythm, your vibration, your mind, your intelligence, and your ego, your aham. When you seek truth, you must check all the boxes. Think about it. A woman doesn't choose a partner just for the looks. She checks the boxes of stability, rhythm, and intelligence. Men do the same. We use these dimensions in every second of our lives. Yet, when it comes to sadhana, we are told to mindlessly repeat sounds we don't understand, led by masters who only hold a tiny fractured piece of the puzzle. Our scriptures warned us that this time would come. The Shastra says, Ajnanantar gahan patita, Atmanopina jananti, te katham na puram bodhyashyanti mandbuddhya. Lost in the deep forest of ignorance, they do not even know themselves. How then can these dull-witted ones awaken others? It also said, Gurvo Pahava Santi Shishya Vita Paharka Durlabhoyam Gurur Devi Shishya Santa Paharka. There are many gurus who rob the student of their wealth, but rare is the guru who robs the students of their suffering. Your current gurus have mastered just a small fragment, but they have lost the whole meaning. And their trap? The trap isn't some distant galaxy. They have trapped you right here in the Aham layer, the Prithvi, your planetary consciousness. The Earth has a past. Below this stable surface lie 6 dead civilizations, 6 levels of dead consciousness that act as a parasitic anchor. This is the real villain. After Earth, you will see 6 planets. These are the memories of past dead civilizations. All the planets apart from Earth look like they have been destroyed, corrupted of their wealth, of their Shri. This is the real villain, guys. Within your Aham, there is a traumatic memory of the fallen planets, the anger of Mangala, the greed of Brihaspati, and the inertia of Shani. This is the 666, the seal of the devil, a frequency of absolute death and stagnancy that keeps you pinned to the floor. They even corrupted my Shiva and Shakti. They talk about Devi and don't even know who she is. What is her meaning? Just the same verbal diarrhea of how she's the greatest. She's beyond this universe. If you are such a Siddha, then why can't you describe the mother? Because they don't have a clue. Let me tell you what she is. You heard about the Dasha Mahavidya? Let's talk about our beloved Ma Shakti. How these idiots have destroyed her meaning and made her a deity to be pleased and worshipped. Everything you see in this world is Shakti Ma Adya, and she has 10 reflections, the Dash Mahavidya. These are the super functions of the universe who are required to carry out the 10 most important functions that keep this universe into balance. When we talk about the lower 5 functions of Ma Shakti, these are the descent in consciousness. For purification, these are the reflections visible in the universe. We call her Kali, and her different dimensions and manifestations are first of all the Aham, the consciousness of fragmentation. Aham is how you divide your Annamaya Kosh into different bodies. And these bodies is what you call your family, your friends, your boss, your guru, your god. After Aham layer comes the Paishachi layer. When you listen to word Paishachi, you get goosebumps like you're getting scared. But don't get alarmed. The very earth is the Paishachi. Paishachi is the element of reabsorption. And this is the second function of Shakti, to reabsorb the Aham, to make it the truth. After Paishachi comes Shamshani, the consciousness of death, inertia, when the consciousness is frozen and it doesn't move. After Shamshani comes Samharani, dissolution. After death, when the being dissolves into nothing. And finally, Shunya, the singularity, when everything collapses into one. These are the 5 lower functions of Ma Shakti, and 5 of the Dasha Mahavidyas carry these functions. They pull you down into the void so that you can become Mahakala. This is the destiny of the particles inside you. The Kala consciousness is the particle universe, and every particle in this universe has to die. This state is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. the samadhi your body has to take. It's your particle consciousness destiny. Your particle consciousness has no option. It has no vikalpa. It has to go down so that it can become the adhar for all the creation in the universe. Now let's talk about the upper five. When consciousness goes up, well, your being is a combination of your soul and your aham. When the aham is purified by the lower five functions, the soul enters the upper five, where it is going through five different functions, which is first of all re-emission or rebirth, shrijan. After rebirth, reactivation. After activation, akarification or solution, giving it a form. And after the solution, the infinite. And finally, after the infinite, the ananta, the eternal, never ending. Your soul also has a destiny. These five functions pull your soul up so that your soul can be Mahadeva. And this state is called Savikalpa Samadhi, the destiny of your soul, or the destiny of the frozen light inside of you. As a Jivatma, you have to master all these aspects to reintegrate your consciousness back. When Aham collects back its consciousness, it realizes its Om, the soul. The particle goes to Kala and the light goes to Narayana. And the Jivatma becomes a Brahman, a universe. This is the goal of enlightenment, to become whole and create your own universe. When your masters teach you dead spirituality, focused on material pleasures and idiotic ventures, the slave masters want you stuck in the Aham layer, feeding the 666 grid with your vital heat. I'll cover this in more detail in the future videos to come. And please start downloading these videos so that you never lose them. If your guru hasn't told you about the dead civilizations beneath your feet and the true form of your divine mother, they are just leading you deeper into the burial ground. Without Artha, you are just a monkey with a gun, shooting at your own reflection. You need to know about the enemies of Dharma. The top 5 dimensions beyond Om are very close to the truth, so they can never be corrupted. But the lower 19 were prone to corruption due to the distance from the truth. In total, there are 24 dimensions. Your gurus talk about Shiva, yet they don't even know about Shiva. He is the canvas over which the entire creation and beyond are painted. Total, there are 24 dimensions, hence 24 avatars of Narayana to balance these dimensions. Since the top 5 dimensions are the pure consciousness dimensions, which are never corrupted, Shiva only took 19 avatarams to create the source vibration for the sustenance of the dimension. Even his family tells you an ancient secret which was hidden from you. In reality, Shiva has 4 family members: Shiva, Ma Parvati, Prabhu Kartikeya, Lord Ganesha. And there was one more, a daughter, Ma Shodashi. Shiva is Dhyana Shakti, the Turiya state of consciousness. When the consciousness becomes complete, the pure witness. Ma Parvati is the Ichha Shakti. Sattva, the divine will. Prabhu Kartikeya is the Kriya Shakti, Rajas, the absolute action. Lord Ganesha is the Jigyasa Shakti, the first consciousness which led to the movement of the universe, curiosity. And Ma Shodashi is Maya Shakti, the one who has all the 16 manifested dimensions inside of her. In Dhyana, Shiva is Turiya. In Ichha, he is Sattva. In Kriya, he is Rajas. And in Maya, he is Bhakt. And when he is curious, he is Jigyasa. These are not stories, my friend. They are codes to liberate your soul. Think of your soul Om like a bottle filled with water. In the beginning, in your first life, it was full. But as you poured yourself into your reflections, your family members, your lovers, your friends, your partners, in simple language, your aham, your ego, the bottle slowly became empty. The lost water over your past lives is the dead consciousness which exists inside of the Shamshana dimension. And as you have lost a lot of water, you have to collect back all the consciousness of the lost water, the lost Om. When you call upon Bhairavas, you're not calling them to give you material pleasures or favors. Bhairava is the consciousness of rebirth in density. When Kal, time itself, gets up and starts walking, it is Bhairava. So Bhairava is the consciousness of rebirth. When a being exceeds the speed of light, they vanish from time and space. That is true freedom. That is what is the highest form of Bhairav. Swachhand, free, free from existence. When you do Bhairav Japa, you are reanimating the dead consciousness of your ancestors. But beware, without Artha, giving Diksha is like giving a gun to a monkey. Many of you are losing energy in sadhana because your dead consciousness is the consciousness of your ancestors. And there are some ancestors which are evil, Pishachik, Shamshanik, and Samharik. And they, when you do japa of any mantra, they come to you so that they can steal your mantra japa, your vibrations. Now, when these ancestors steal your vibration, it manifests in your life as loss. That job you lost, that girl you lost, that you loved, the pet who you lost, they were all siphoned by your evil ancestors. Because you lacked protection and offensive power, you all are Shivas who have lost their Kali, their Lakshmi, their Bhairavi to the Aham due to fragmentation. You must be thinking, what is he saying? Let me explain in a more clear way. When you do Bhairav sadhana, your ancestral consciousness reanimates. It becomes alive again. The great ancestors, yes, they do come to bless you and your family. But there are some evil ancestors as well who have done wrong work, adharma in their past life. And these evil ancestors live in the lower dimensions of earth called Shamshan Bhumi, Paishach Bhumi, and Samhar Bhumi. They are being dissolved so that they can be purified and rebirthed. But in their own maya, they resist the Shamshan because they are scared of the Shamshan. When you do sadhana, at first your consciousness enters the lowest dimensions. And that is when you attract those ancestors to you. They are sitting there, stealing the consciousness you earn through your mantras. Your own Shamshanic and Paishachic ancestors are siphoning you because your guru didn't give you protection or offensive powers. All the people you lost in your universe, including yourself, were actually siphoned by Pishachic and Shamshanic forces while you did mindless japa. You need more than a mantra. You need a shield, a sword, and a fire. You need Shuddhi of the Gunas and the divine consciousness. The only God here is you, and you create the universe inside of you. If that universe is beautiful or balanced, then you get the chance of becoming a Brahma of your own universe upon passing. Obviously, if your consciousness is pure, you are the future Narayana, you are the future Brahma, you are the future Kala. You can be anything, and they know this. That is why to control your destiny, to control you, they change the information, corrupt your knowledge, and change your divine destiny. I hope this video was able to bring light to your consciousness, because this information you will not find anywhere. They have corrupted us to a degree where we don't have anything left, man. Just a little bit. And right now, I'm a dead man speaking to you. Because I was supposed to be dead. But the divine consciousness reanimated me. And it gave me a new purpose. It gave me destruction as a power. Whole my life I was running away from violence, from destruction, from defending myself. Because I was being told by this weak society that I should never defend myself. I should never fight. I should always bend over and take it and move on. But my gods, my Kali, my Narayani, my Narayan, my Kal, they told me otherwise. They told me that destruction is more important than creation. Because destruction gives space to the new stars to shine, while the old ones are dying. And this is the time we are in. This is the time when the space is being cleared. Right now we are in Agni Pralaya. After this, there will be Vayu Pralaya, extreme pollution. After that, it will be Akash Pralaya, when the space is being rearranged. That is when a lot of population of this earth will leave, because they will not be able to integrate themselves. And that is why my voice is moving loud. I'm ready to burn every shop that is selling me as a product. This is part 1. I have told you enough to make you aware of the fraud. In the next part, guys, I will give you the exact blueprint of your soul and show you exactly how they have trapped you and what are you in reality. You don't even know where your chakras are. You don't even know what kind of elements, what kind of dualities exist inside of your Atma, your energetic body. So I'll be giving you all that clarity in the next video. For some of the videos, I will be there because only I can teach, because only I am the scientist, the mad scientist of the universe. I have experimented enough, and now it's time to show you the results of those experiments. Next video will be a free lecture with the Supreme Consciousness I, something you would pay millions for, free. So be present and aware. Stay with me. In the next video, I will prove to you the astrology they taught you, the tarot, the preaching, the religions. I will show and prove to you all of that is false with the right divine information, with the right divine knowledge, which is not just spiritual but also scientifically accurate. I'm not a detective, I'm not a critic. I am I, the pure transparent consciousness I. Shivoham.